In this video, we are going to rock a bunch of examples of simplifying, subtracting, and adding some real numbers, namely decimals and integers. In the previous video, we went over a couple of examples here. They're just going over the specific rules. So here, we're just going to rock many, many examples. Let's do it. So this first bit of instruction says, let's simplify everything. So -6 plus 15, we have opposite signs. So what we do is we subtract and keep the sign of the larger number. So we're doing 15 minus 6. 15 minus 6, which is 9. The sign of the larger number is 15, which is positive, so our answer is 9. And on to this guy. -15 plus 6. The signs are opposite, so we're subtracting and keeping the sign of the larger number. Again, 15 minus 6 is 9. But the sign of the larger number is negative, so it's -9. All right, so you're getting the feel of this video. It's more so about the process of it than it is about the why, right? A reminder, go to pre-algebra course, chapter 1, if you want a more in-depth of why do these things work the way they do. 3.2 minus 4.7. Well, we've got subtraction. So with subtraction, we can add the opposite. And so we're going to see that we have opposite signs that we're adding, so we subtract. So in my head, I'm doing 4.7 minus 3.2, and I'm taking the sign of the bigger number. So 4.7 minus 3.2 is 1.5. The larger number has a negative sign, 4.7, so it's negative 1.5. Keep rolling. We have opposite signs that we're adding. So again, we're going to subtract 130 minus 14 and take the sign of the larger number. 130 minus 14 is going to be 116. The sign of the larger number, 130, is positive, so that is our final answer, positive 116. So when you're doing problems like this, you can kind of predict early on, oh, I'm going to get a positive answer because the sign of the larger number is positive. Might not be the worst way to go about stuff. Let's keep rolling. Here we have 16.5 minus a minus 17. Well, minus a minus, you can think of it as plus the opposite of negative, which is positive, or minus a minus is positive. So we're doing 16.5 plus 17, and that is going to end up equaling out to 33.5. And if your mental math's not good, go and do the math off to the side. And if you absolutely are allowed to, use the calculator, but I'm going to really dissuade you and say, you know what, try not to use that calculator. Okay, -2 minus 7. We've got subtraction here, so we're going to add the opposite. And we have same sign, so we add the numbers and keep their signs. So 2 and 7 is equal to 9, and their sign is negative. Nice. 16.2 plus 0.9. Same signs, both positive, add like normal. We have 0.9 plus 16.2 is going to be equal to 17.1. Neat little decimal trick is you can think of this as 162 tenths plus 9 tenths is 171 tenths, if you like the mental math stuff. Okay, here we've got subtraction, so again, we're going to add the opposite. There's opposite signs, so we end up subtracting the numbers, so I'm really doing 12.4 minus 7 in my noggin, and taking the sign of the bigger number, which is negative. So this will be 5.4, and it's going to be a negative value because, again, the sign of the larger number is negative. Almost done, here we go. 12.4 plus -7, a lot like this last problem, except the sign of the larger number is positive. So again, I'm mentally doing 12.4 minus 7, which is 5.4. And the sign of the larger number is positive, so our answer stays positive. Last but certainly not least, -8 minus -15. Minus a minus is a positive, or the opposite of negative. So we now have opposite signs, so we subtract. 15 minus 8 is 7. And we take the sign of the larger number, which is positive 15. So we get positive 7. A last time reminder, go to pre-algebra chapter 1 if you have questions as to why all of this stuff works. This was meant to just be a general overview of a whole bunch of examples to get you rocking and rolling as you continue your journey in Algebra 1.